I like action films, and I also really like documentary and science fiction.
Thriller.
My favourite, I have to say, is crime gangster genre.
I like horror films.
I like thrillers with a crime thriller sort of thing.
My favourite genre would have to be fantasy.
I like kind of fantasy films, but kind of the dark fantasies.
Thrillers.
Yeah, no, I really like the thriller genre. Yeah, no, that's excellent.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I recently saw Shutter Island by Martin Scorsese. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
I love thrillers.
Yeah, they're pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, thrillers are good.
Yeah, I like thrillers.
I would say about twice a week.
I watch I'll say 24 hours a week probably.
nearly every day.
Probably about 5 times a week.
About once a week.
A few times a week.
Do you mean going to a cinema or?
Yeah, like at home or at cinema.
At least 5 every week.
Law-abiding citizen.
I wouldn't say I have a favourite film.
The Godfather.
I don't really have a favourite film. Probably Bad Boys 2 would probably be up there.
My favourite film of all time would most likely have to be The Machinist, which is a type of thriller as well. So.
My favourite film is probably Pan's Labyrinth.
The Usual Suspects.
Like there to be suspense and stuff, like to keep you questioning and wanting to know what the film's about and stuff.
I expect it to establish the moods, the characters, the themes, and the message that the film's going to portray.
Expecting some tension building to get you interested in watching the rest of the film. If it's boring at the start, I tend to turn it off.
I expect opening sequence to grab your attention so the audience don't get bored, and I like a shocking opening sequence. That's always good.
In the movie opening sequence, I like to see just the characters unfold and the scene, stuff like that.
Lots of action, and it just basically just sets the film up.
I expect it to be interesting, to keep my attention. I expect some introduction of the character. I want to know who it's about.
I don't like voiceovers, they get on my nerves.
Okay.
Soundtracks, yeah, they're fine, they set the mood and stuff.
I think voiceover is used, but we use it in many different ways. Such as if you use it to open a scene, that's just supporting the audience. But other times, directors use it wrongly.
My opinion on it is.
Yeah. Do you like them? Do you think they're necessary?
Yeah, I think they work. They work. It doesn't really bother me.
I think soundtrack is really important.
Yeah.
Because the soundtrack has to go with the film, obviously, and voiceovers sometimes work really well.
I think they're really important. The voiceover goes awesome at the start or at the end of a film, or like monologues as well, the characters do, but the soundtrack, obviously you need one all the time. Can't have no music.
I think it can work.
Yeah, there has to be mystery at the start of a thriller. Yeah, I would like mystery at the start of a thriller.
I like it. I would have to say yes, because it establishes a secrecy, but also moves the audience into the movie.
Yeah.
Depends. If it's good, then yeah. It's not really a big thing though.
I'd like to see more like action in the start.
Yeah, in a way. Sometimes you can make a good thriller without any mystery at the start, just showing the characters and then bring the mystery in later.
Yes, definitely, and The Usual Suspects is a good one for that.
One of the two, not both, probably.
Okay.
I expect to see a hero,
Yeah.
but sometimes it depends on the genre.
Not always, but most of the time, yes.
I'd like to see a villain created and start. That always works well.
Only one. You don't want both at once, otherwise it can be a bit too confusing.
So what one do you prefer?
I'd prefer to see a hero created and then the villain come along later.
Probably the villain. I think that's always better.
Probably the hero.
Yeah.
But if the villain is within it and you don't know it's the villain, then that's good.
I'd also expect to see, you know, some mystery, a kind of an edge of your seat kind of ride where you're constantly kept guessing as to what's going to happen next, or who the killer is, or potentially, or some of those thrillers, like thinking of the whole edge of your seat ride, something like The Hurt Locker is an excellent kind of war thriller where it literally keeps you on the edge of your seat in terms of the action all the way through it. You're constantly feeling fear for the protagonist, and so those are some of the things I'd expect to see.
Of course, the mystery, the suspense.
Typical conventions, basically.
Yeah.
Tension, scary stuff, yeah, stuff like that.
I'd like to see a murder. That's good stuff. That's a good convention.
In a thriller, I like to see like lots of confusion, like going the conventions I like. So like plot twists and all stuff like that.
Other than Enigma, expect someone to die.
Character that I prefer, probably the hero,
Yeah.
and I relate to the vulnerable female.
I have to say, recently, I used to identify with the Rushkit protagonist, but now I really mainly for Rushkit. Not the villains, but the people that are misunderstood in narrative.
People my age.
Yeah, like a villain or hero.
Villain and hero.
The funny one, obviously.
My favourite type of character would probably be a more gullible character, but I don't relate to that person. I relate more to a serious, intelligent person.
I like the kind of intelligent characters, but the ones that you don't expect, like sometimes they have like an evil twist to them.
Always like a really sophisticated cop that really knows their stuff.
Annie.
I really like a good villain. It's got to be said. Usually, especially thrillers made in Hollywood, it's usually because the villain speaks with a posh English accent, and so I suppose that I always identify with that character in those films. But I like a really good villain, someone who you can really kind of understand. And when you understand them, like I said earlier, you kind of recognise all those evil aspects of your own character within them. So usually it's. In my opinion, usually it's the villain who gets the best kind of dialogue within the film as well, much more so than the hero. If you take the Die Hard films, the hero's dialogue is always really cheesy, whereas the villain's dialogue is always really sharp and witty. So I suppose, yeah, for me it's the villain.
The Joker from Batman.
The Joker from Batman. He gets the best line.
My hero has to be because Amsterdam from Gangs of New York. My favourite villain, I think, has to be Joe Pesci's from Goodfellas. I think he's the best villain that I've seen.
I'll say Scarface, Tony Montana.
My favourite villain is the Joker. He just plays it so well. The Dark Knight Joker. Yeah. My favourite hero. I don't have a favourite hero.
Like my favourite type of hero, my favourite character hero probably like Batman. He's awesome. And my favourite type of villain would probably be some sort of dirty gangster. I'm not really sure of one in specific.
Quite like Kick-Ass.
What character do you like in it?
I like Kick-Ass.
Kaiser Soze from The Usual Suspects.